Well, I did a big river clearance program upstream from Bathurst, and we piled all the green willows on the banks in big piles right away, all the way upstream. And then, because I'd taken all the habitat out of the riverbank, the tortoises, the lizards, the birds, the snakes and the insects and spiders had all gone into these piles, as you would. And then we set them alight in winter. So we had a biodiversity bonfire all the way up the creek. So not only did we take the habitat out by taking the willows out, to seal their fate, we just burnt everything and cremated all the animals. It was the only habitat left, and I thought, this is insane. There can't be any science that justifies this. So at that point I said, let's just stop taking willows out until we know what we're doing, because we clearly don't know what we're doing. I've always been an environmental projects manager and designer, and we had a movement in the 90s to get rid of all the willows, and they had some scientific papers and it became government policy just somehow. The science wasn't tested, it wasn't very well reviewed, and I was told the willows were toxic, they were pumping water out of the system, they were invasive, they were knocking native plants out, they were wrecking habitats, they were monoculture. All that seemed true at the time, but that was really with half the knowledge on each topic. So the other half of the knowledge is that willow's pumping water out. It's also harvesting water at night with the dew. It's also packing water away for a dry day. And it also shuts down at 35 degrees and stops pumping. So we've now got technology that's measuring the water going up and down in a tree. That's only come out in the last 12 months. The whole picture's changed. The willow is actually a water conditioner and storer and manager. It's a management plant. It's not just an open cycle pump. And as far as the leaf drop goes, well, they drop in winter, but I've seen trout and cod swimming around under pools of willows. And in a balanced system like this, a willow every 100 metres is actually quite a bonus to have in this system. It's an improvement to the native system, which a lot of people won't agree with. But if I can't get natives to grow, I've got to have a plant here. If it's doing a job, making the system better, you know, cooling the air or providing food or habitat, nesting sites or holding the bank together, you know, if the plant is doing a useful function, it's better than bare ground. Unfortunately, there's a lot of NGOs and well-meaning people, they're still ripping willows out and mindlessly going on because the funding is available for it and the funding priorities need to change. If you keep giving people money to do this and they become dependent on the money, well, they'll keep doing it. You know, so you've got to change the source and change the boxes and have ticking different boxes. So one day, Peter Andrews walked down my office in the main street of Bathurst and he said, "Are you the bloke that took all those willows out up the road?" I said, "Yeah, that was me, but I'm pretty sure I've got it badly wrong. I've really stuffed it up." And he said, "My oath, you've stuffed it up, mate, and I'm going to tell you that as often as I can." And he has, over the last 12 years. He keeps reminding me about making that massive mistake. But again, you know, we all make mistakes and we all get it wrong, and you've got to move on and keep rolling, you know. You just got to keep looking for new science, new methodology, testing it, retesting it. You know, it's a rolling process. It's never perfect, but we're getting better.